In this video, we're going to share with you the trips that we took to Grand Teton.
And the serious mistakes we made in our planning process.
Oh yeah, don't be us.
Yeah.
We left West Glacier, Montana, and we had a 2-day trip to get to the Yellowstone Grand Teton area.
Yeah, it was over our 400-mile threshold. We don't like to travel more than 400 miles in a day, so it was a 2-day trip.
And we stayed in a town called Ashton, Idaho.
And that was our first mistake. And by the way, if you missed our Glacier National Park videos, 2 of them, go check those out. That was a freaking blast.
Loved it.
Yeah. So this is all my fault. It is.
Well,
it
is only because, well, it's my fault too, because I didn't.
Because she didn't make sure I did it right.
Right. But, you know, I mean, I could have looked myself.
Yeah. So here's what happened. We like to book ahead for at least the big places and usually try to at least get our route and everything in place. And we did that, and I was trying to book out for the summer. When I was looking at where we were going to be around the time that my girls could fly out and visit, it was going to be near Teton and Yellowstone. And looking at the map, you know, if you zoom out on Google, usually all the crappy little roads disappear and you're left with main roads and highways. If you do that, there's this main road headed right in between Teton and Yellowstone, and I'm thinking, perfect. We can just park in the middle there, and we can get into both parks. It looked like there was a road going into Teton, but it's still a road, but it's a dirt road, and it's like 4-wheel drive only, and it takes like 4 hours just to get all the way to the main road in the park.
And we only had 2 weeks to spend in that area, so we wanted to be somewhere where we could get to both places.
Right, and my girls were only going to be there for a week, so we wanted to be able to access both of them, and that was a big mistake. First mistake was the RV park was crap. It was just strange, people. It was really just kind of a field behind a gas station area.
You have arrived at your destination.
When we arrived, it was very confusing. We didn't really know where we were supposed to go. So we pulled to the RV park part of it, and there was no office. There was nobody there. There was no signs.
Yeah.
So then we had to call, and he said we had to check in at the hotel/lodge looking place. So
yeah, it was weird. And the sites are overgrown.
It felt very sad and neglected, and the grass was overgrown, and it was kind of hard to tell where you were supposed to park, so the sites were all weird.
The sites were weird. They were almost like they were set up for Class A's only, being that. This is the home front passenger side of the rig, right? But you'll notice we're pulled straight in.
And it's not a pull-through site.
It's not a pull-through site. It's, you know, a pull-in site for Class A's, but for trailers, you have to pull through to the site that's in front of you. If it were full, there'd be no way for us to get out. There'd be no way to get our truck.
Right, so we basically had to park the truck partially in the site in front of us in order to keep people from setting up camp there so that we could get our truck in here and hitched up.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the boxes have garbage bags over them because the boxes are faulty, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It was okay for if it was an overnight stay or something. And even if it was just us, we probably wouldn't have liked it, but we might have stuck it out.
Yeah. I remember you were pretty upset about it.
I was upset because of the girls.
Yeah, you were thinking about the girls coming. And
I just wanted them to really enjoy their time with us. I don't want them to get sick of coming to visit us. I want them to like it. So they keep coming.
So our first goal as soon as we got there was to find another place to stay.
So all things added up, we just need to find a new park. We haven't had any luck yet on the phone.
Yeah, we've been calling and looking online. And
you want to know why? Because it's the end of July.
Yeah.
And
everything's
nobody
full.
has any availability.
Day here, day there, and obviously that won't work for us. So
if we had to do it all over again, we would make Yellowstone 1 2-week visit and Grand Tetons a separate 2-week visit.
Yeah, and book near the entrances to each at the time.
Yeah.
Right now, those are all full.
Of course.
And it doesn't get any more last minute than, do you have a reservation today?
Yeah. It's not how we like to do things.
So we drove around. The first place we found that was pretty nice was
It was Teton Peaks Lodge and RV Park had 2 sites available, and we were a little bit nervous to not just go ahead and book them right then and there, but we still wanted to get closer. It's
still a hike, about an hour to get over the pass into Jackson.
Just into Jackson.
Yeah.
It was an hour.
But at a couple sites that would fit us. And we said, okay, well, we're going to go look a little more. Because ideally, we wanted to find something down in the Jackson Hole area. Mm-hmm. So they said, no problem.
Yeah.
They were super nice.
So we continued to head towards Jackson and into Grand Teton to check out some camping possibilities there. And it's busy, so be prepared for that, and be prepared for a lot of very steep grades.
Oh yeah.
Just be prepared for that, because it would have been a little bit tricky for us.
Yeah, that pass does close in the winter, so make sure you check to see it's open.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be smart and staying in Jackson, you don't have to go across that pass if you don't want to.
Hopefully, watching this video will help make you smarter. You learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
I think that we knew that we were in for a lot of driving from one park to the next and throughout the parks. We knew that. We just didn't really grasp the enormity of that area until we were actually in it, and how nearly impossible it would be to see everything that we wanted to see.
Mm-hmm. And yes, we know that we could have looked on a map and used the little scale thing and figured it out, but
yeah,
we just, it was a bit of haste in my part, I think, in booking.
2 of the biggest national parks in the country, and we just failed.
We did.
We did.
But,
we failed.
But we still got to see lots of cool stuff.
It was funny because as soon as we got into Teton National Park, and then the Tetons were all right next to us, we were driving down that beautiful road, Rocky Mountain High came on the radio.
Little John Denver. It's Rocky Mountain High?
Hilarious. I will always remember that. It was just funny to me.
So we wanted to check out Gros Ventre Campground, which is one of the first come, first served parks inside the national park.
Yeah, I went inside and talked to the ranger in there though, and he was super friendly. And he said that we could actually call in the morning and they would tell us how many people were leaving that day. So that was kind of an interesting thing to find out.
Yeah, our hope was that we might come across a site and be able to put something in it and reserve it and hold it.
No,
it didn't happen. But we did drive around the park. It was really nice, and there were some sites big enough for our RV.
Yeah, there were actually more than I had expected. Gros Ventre has just over 300 individual campsites, but only 36 of them have electricity. And it's $30 a night with no electricity and $55 a night with electricity.
But no sewer on any of those sites.
Right, and there's a huge portion of them that don't allow generators either.
Mm-hmm. And there was no cell service there, so that was kind of
a big strike.
And just for the record, if you ever hear us say, "Oh, there was no cellular, so we couldn't stay there," it's not because we're like, "Oh, we got to be on our phones." That's my job, her job, our channel.
Strike.
Yeah.
I think that the girls would have loved being in that campground, and I think that we would have enjoyed it too, because you're in the Grand Teton National Park, and it was really beautiful. But I'm sure there were bears.
We did hear that at that actual campground, it's not uncommon for wildlife to just walk right through your campsite.
Yeah. It's a really good option if you're self-sufficient and you can power your RV. If you don't have a generator or solar, what are you going to do? Tents?
You're going to camp.
You're going to camp. Something I thought was really interesting and useful was that the National Park Service has certain apps for some of the parks. So Grand Teton National Park has its own app, and it's very resourceful, and you can even download some maps and some different informative talks about some of the structures and sites, I guess, that you can see throughout the park.
Right, because there's no cell phone service anywhere in there.
And then that's cool, because then you have some information at your fingertips that you wouldn't be able to get if you were waiting and looking on Wi-Fi that's not there. So that was just something that I thought was really neat. We didn't use it. We didn't know about it until after. Again, we failed at planning.
Yeah, but we had a blast. So we drove back across the pass, went back to Teton Peaks and booked a site.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep home. Anywhere you wanna go, beyond the stars, out where the sun sets, we'll find the light and we'll keep it our secret home. Anywhere you wanna go, down an Eden road.
This park had animals, which the girls loved. There were goats and cows and horses, and the peaks were right outside our front door. So you could see the Tetons right outside our RV, which was awesome.
We were just on the west side, so you look at the size of those mountains, it's no wonder there's no entrance from the west side.
Keep our eyes open, mountains we cross, sail every ocean, no. Anywhere you wanna go.
Going to the airport. That's it.
I'm excited. I just
I'm
don't know
excited
what to
too.
say.
I can't wait to see my girls. I haven't seen them since December,
January.
January. So
January.
it's now
6
July,
months.
end of July.
Yeah. Oh, it's about an hour drive from the RV park in Tetonia to Idaho Falls Airport. And so we're just...
The girls have had a long day already. I think they had to probably get up around 4:30
Yeah.
to get to the airport. I booked them an early flight because I'm just kind of mean like that. I think it was like $10 I saved.
But this way they get here, and instead of being like 8 o'clock at night, it's going to be 12:30 in the afternoon. It'll be 2:30 to them, but 12:30 to us. And we have the day, so they can still rest, but we can go out to dinner and enjoy it and all that stuff. And tomorrow we start the fun.
Right.
I got a feeling, it's all feeling good. The sun will show the way, I know the road to take.
Excited?
I am. They're upstairs. Coming down soon.
I got a feeling, it's all feeling good. I got a feeling, it's all feeling good.
Welcome to Idaho.
Welcome to Idaho.
So the next day we had rafting plans, some whitewater rafting.
Chad and Megan and Madison, since the girls have been little, have done whitewater rafting trips in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of like your thing.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Hi. She's all nervous. Here's where we're going, right here. Find out where we're going, Madison.
I got a feeling, it's all feeling good.
Was that fun or not?
Yes, it was.
See? You're scared for nothing.
So I'm too scared to the falls. I was scared for stepping into the falls.
We've gone several places and we're now used to the category 4 and 5 rapids. And this was much smaller than that. I think we wanted to book something a little more calm.
For me.
I don't know if they have really big rapids in that area. You may notice Tara's not with us. She wasn't feeling well because of the damn Lyme, but that happens sometimes, so it sucks.
If you are new to our channel and you don't know, I have chronic Lyme disease and several other ailments. So I woke up with the possibility of getting a migraine, and I didn't want to ruin their day and have to leave early, and I didn't want to be stuck on a raft really.
Yeah, not like you can leave the raft early. You can leave the raft early, but that's completely your own deal.
So unfortunately, I stayed home, which makes me sad that I didn't get to spend this time with them, but you guys still had a wonderful time.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So we got to Jackson. We had some time to kill before our rafting trip. Of course, that was on purpose so we could eat.
Lots of options in Jackson.
Oh,
You go down the main drag and there's just restaurant after restaurant after restaurant.
And the traffic there is very congested, but it still flows.
You know, it's summer, and that time of year, it's just busy.
Oh, let's go quick. Come on. This way.
Oh, heck yeah. Make any burger an Impossible Burger. I'm sold. I'm also sold.
So we got a little place where they found their, what are they called?
Impossible burgers
Impossible
or
burgers.
something?
They're vegetarian versions of burgers that actually do kind of taste like real burgers. I got a real burger.
Hear the rocket all day and night. The world is noisy, and that's alright. Every sound is just a piece of the natural rattle. So unwind and don't unravel. We can't help but be a little fragile through the clatters inside and crackles are the sounds of the natural rattle.
Here we are. This is Crest Table Boat Ramp. We will be starting our rafting adventure right here. Going 8 miles downstream, Danny and this bus will be waiting for y'all.
If you're gonna book one of these, find the companies that are taking the small rafts that hold maybe 6 or 8 people max, because some of the bigger rafts, they're like 3 or 4 wide and you got like middle seats. Who wants a middle seat on a raft?
Guys, it's so good. I want to freak out for a second. And now forward. And what's happening is the river is filling back on itself. And then soon we're going to notice how shallow it gets. Catch and release.
Campsite, and then the next day we had promised the girls what we called an Instagram day. We were going to hit all of the really big Instagram picture spots in Grand Teton, and again back across the pass, back through Jackson.
And of course, we had to eat first.
Yeah. Of course, the girls found their amazing burgers, or what are they called?
Impossible
burgers. So they wanted to go back there. Once they find something they're not big on adventuring.
Well,
out
and
there.
I had never been there, so that was fine with me. And you liked your burger, so you were fine. So we ate at Liberty Burger, and it was very good. I was starting to feel a little bit sick and had a headache coming on when I was there.
Yeah, I could tell you weren't doing too well.
And then after lunch, we walked around a little bit more, and then all of a sudden it was turning into a migraine. So we're like, uh-oh, and we're an hour away from home.
We were considering the option of whether or not to drive you back, and then we got a text message from our Ring alarm system that the power went out. What started out as a little day trip into Teton, 2 factors.
Well, with a pit stop in, I can't hardly even talk. I'm getting a migraine. So that's fun.
Our Ring alarm system said power went out and the power was restored. We didn't get an alert from MarCELL,
Which is weird.
but that prompted us to check it, and the temperature is slowly rising, which tells me maybe something's up with the power or the ACs.
Yeah, and it's already 83 degrees inside, and it's just climbing, and Daisy's at home. We can't do that.
Yeah, I have to take Tara back for her migraine anyway, so drop the girls off in Jackson, and gonna head back over the pass. Just a quick little jaunt over there and back.
Quick little jaunt. It's like an hour each way, and I feel terrible.
Well, it is what it is. No big deal.
But at least there's 2 reasons for having to come back. It's not just me.
Yeah. So the girls and I are out exploring, having an Instagram day.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's not a very good weather day, the mountains are still visible, so that's cool.
Like a little editing cable.
Are you gonna put in like blue skies?
No.
So now we're headed to Schwabacher Landing, which is apparently only 8 minutes away.
I was sad because, of course, I missed it again. But
Yeah.
you guys had a blast.
We did.
When
We
I was
drove
going
up.
through the footage, I was cracking up because you guys were just joking around and having a ball. So I was
Oh yeah,
glad
the
to
bear
see that.
thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hit, what was the?
Getting choked up.
Shut up.
No, I love that about you.
Well, now I gotta wait a minute.
He misses his babies.
I do. I miss my girls. So the first place we wanted to hit for our Instagram day was Schwabacher Road, which
Yeah.
is supposed to be a good spot to get a reflection picture.
Right, so it looked like you guys turned onto Schwabacher Road and then you took it till it turned into a gravel road.
Yeah. See? Blow right over those things.
Honey, there's plenty I don't believe. Plenty of things that mean nothing to me. But if there's one thing I know to be, oh, I know what you mean to me. I know what you mean to me. You've got a story I wanna read. You've got a meaning that matters to me. I know there's many more to be seen, but I know what you mean.
So there's a section called Mormon Row, and it still has 2 or 3, I think, original barns from back when a good chunk of Mormon population came in and lived there.
Yeah.
And so this barn is one of the very famous barns that's
Very
photographed there.
picturesque, yeah. Because you've got the really old rustic barn with the giant mountains in the background. And hey, real quick, side note. I don't know where you'll put this, but that is an amazing giant mountain. It's very steep. Go on to Netflix and look for a video series called Higher with Jeremy Jones. He's a snowboarder and he snowboards the face of that mountain.
I think you showed me that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
It's a whole series. He goes and snowboards some really cool places.
Before you watch that, don't forget to click subscribe and the like button and follow us on Instagram and social media. And speaking of Instagram, back to Instagram day with the girls.
Yeah. We went to this famous barn, the T.A. Moulton barn.
You've got a story I wanna read. You've got a meaning that matters to me. I know there's many more to be seen, but I know what you mean to me. I know.
What do you think?
Beautiful. Yes, very beautiful. Grand. Tetons.
And then you guys were on the hunt for bears.
Yeah, we wanted to see some wildlife. We were trying to find some bears. We just picked some random dirt roads to kind of drive down, and we were just being silly, and I found some bear sounds on YouTube.
Yeah, you guys were getting goofy.
Turn it on.
It was funny. I was cracking up though when I was watching the footage, and it didn't work.
Yeah. And driving through one of the dirt roads, we actually ended up in Teton Village, which is a little ski town for the area.
Yeah, it looked super cute.
Yeah, this looks like a cool place to ski.
I think Madison wanted to stop and explore there because she kept saying, "Oh, this looks really neat. Maybe they have coffee." And you just kept driving.
I had driven across the pass 3 times by this point.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was ready to go home.
All in all, you had a good day with just you and your babies. And
Yeah.
it's probably better that I wasn't there. So
No,
you could
that's not better.
Well,
Nothing's better without you, babe.
Thanks.
In our next location video, we explore Yellowstone.
That's right, and we're going to share with you some of the mistakes we made.
Big mistakes. The vending machine area. Vending machine, singular.
Yeah.
This is us looking for bears. That's what Madison looks like looking for bears.
We left West Glacier, Montana, and we headed out for our 2-day trip to, where was it?
Oh, it's video. How's it feel?
And go through Jackson. It's Jackson, right? Jackson Hole's the area.
Jackson.
So we're headed to Jackson Hole for, yeah.
Is that what we're recording right now?
Huh? Yeah, it's on. No, I like to run through everything once dry, and then I turn the camera on and do it all again.
So we continued to head towards Glacier. Well, yeah, and into Glacier.
Not Glacier.
Gosh, dang it.
Megan just got her first Instagram proposal.
Collaboration.
Collaboration proposal.
Proposal.
Well, I mean, you know.
She's getting married.
So we got plenty coming.
That's right. You ready?
For what?
To go. To roll with it. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Bean.
Laughing at the same time, a little scary.